if more and more people keep coming to Canada, will Canada become a specific type of race? Okay, let me explain. Um, I was at so Tara's mixed, right? And wherever we go, they always think she's that thing. We were in Egypt, they thought that she was Egyptian. We went to the Philippines, they thought she was Filipino.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did I say Filipino or Egypt?
You said both.
All right, we went to. All right, okay, cool. So we went to the Philippines. She thought she was Filipino. They thought she was Filipino. Then yesterday in Canada, we went to the Iranian Plaza because I love this dessert shop now. And the girl said something to her, and then she's like, "What?" And then it's like, "Oh, you're not Iranian?" Like, no, I get that though. So I'm wondering, is that what race is? Just an intermingling, and then you're in that area, you create your own lexicon.
Right.
So maybe in the Persian time, there was a dark skinned person, a light skinned person, and then they just kept intermingling and they became like milk chocolatey, you know? And then they're like, well, nobody's around. Let's just create our own verbiage. So they created, Iranian language.
Right.
So is that what's going on? And then 100 years from now, so much mixing of the cultures, we're going to have a specific type of Canadian.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's
But
like
nobody sees it like that.
yeah, exactly. Like even like when we look at DNA, it's like European DNA has a mix of Neanderthal.
Yeah, right.
The mix
And
happened.
it's like the mix happened. So like like if you look at 2023andMe or whatever, and you look at your like DNA strands,
Yeah.
so you're talking about, yeah. And so and then people who are like white, they're like, I have a piece of African in me, like 2% African.
Mhm.
But like if you look at it like that, it's like, what is a culture except an agreed upon style
Mhm.
within an area?
Yeah.
Even going so far as this, I was watching Drake's interview, Drake, like the rapper, and he was saying that I want to meet the first Toronto man because he created a slang, like a way of speaking
Mhm.
that has become a meme, and we all speak like this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like things like cheese, or like sheesh.
Yeah.
That's Toronto man's,
Oh, really? Okay.
right? They're memes. They're memes.
Yeah.
But we actually say that. Like Wob says that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a Toronto specific accent. We thought it was just like slang.
Right.
But he was saying that when he goes to different parts of the world, they're like, "Oh, you have an accent," to Drake, and he's like, "It's a Toronto accent."
Right.
We don't even say Toronto. We say Toronto.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And people around the world, they know this.
Yeah, of course.
So-
yeah, you're gonna see it, especially when they're, because here you're just meeting people from Toronto, so it's like it's gonna be we're all gonna speak the same, right? Only when you meet different people. Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering. So if we keep intermingling, is there going to be like a specific Toronto culture in the future? It's like, you look at them, you're like, you look at the way they look, you look at the way they speak, you're like, oh, from Toronto.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, oh, you're Guyanese.
Yeah.
Guyanese people also have the exact same thing.
Mhm.
Like there's like Chinese Guyanese, Indian Guyanese. When you hear them speak, you're like,
Yeah.
you guys sound the same.
Yeah.
And it would trip me out when I was a kid because I knew we knew the Chinese Guyanese dude,
Mhm.
and when he would speak, it was like, but you look Chinese, bro. But you sound Guyanese.
Exactly.
I'm so
yeah.
confused.
It's a cultural thing. I've seen like a Chinese Jamaican.
Right? That's another one, right? So you're like, actually, I was at the airport and there was a white Jamaican, it was like a white lady, and she was talking to these like Jamaican dudes, and it was like, I was like, oh yeah, you're a straight Jamaican, bro. You're not even faking this. Like the way I'm hearing this,
Right.
like, well, they were flying to Jamaica, so duh. You know what I mean? But it's just funny because it's like that historically is how cultures get created, intermingling, and then you're just in this area, so you all start talking the same. Boston accent's another example.
Yeah.
Right? Well, all within America. You hear Texas accent.
Yep.
But is this what race is? A collection of characteristics given a certain geographic location.
Yeah.
And then if it's really just that, why are you getting so hung up on race? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's so basic.
Right.
It's like systemic racism is just a part of time. It's like you've just been in this location longer. and then actual race is just a collection of attributes
Right.
within a geographic location.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you say it like that, you're almost dumb for being racist. You know what I mean? You're like, wait, what? That's just where they're from, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.